program, sprint, that is my subject. UPSC we've not talked about in Shoolini yet. अभी तक ऐसा कोई सेशन नहीं हुआ IAS के ऊपर नहीं हुआ है. पहले कभी हमने किया था, but you were not there at that time. Okay. So can I just know you a little bit? So you're all undergraduate. You are postgraduate student of law. Undergrad of law. Okay. All are undergraduate students.
Yes, sir.
How many from law? Okay. And how many from journalism? Okay. And how many from biotech? And who else? Management. Okay. Any other? Okay. So I'm thankful to Mr. Vipin Pabbi and you for getting them here, because Mr. Pabbi was coordinating and he's the mass comm journalism director. And Chandigarh aaye ho pehle?
Yes, sir.
Chandigarh. Okay. This is Panchkula, of course. So Panchkula is in Haryana.
Yes.
Mohali is in
Punjab.
And Panchkula is in Haryana. So we call it the Tri-City. Tri-City के दो मतलब हैं, एक तो 3 cities हो गए, तो Tri-City हो गया, TRI है ना, और एक Tri का मतलब TRY भी होता है ना, Try hard वाला. So the people of Chandigarh, Panchkula, they try very hard to succeed in life, but of course Shoolini students also try hard. So I was DC of Panchkula. What is the full form of DC? Deputy Commissioner, but in UP they call it also Collector. So they call it District Collector. And they also call it
District
Magistrate. So जो DC होते हैं वो Deputy Commissioner is a general term, but in revenue they have the role of Collector, and in law and order they have the role of District Magistrate. Yes, come. District Magistrate is the person who basically is responsible for the law and order, along with whom? The police. What is the difference between SSP and DCP? SSP is the Senior Superintendent of Police and DCP is the Deputy Commissioner of Police. ये कौन बताएगा? क्या difference है? पंचकुला में DCP है, चंडीगढ़ में SSP है, सोलन में SSP है, फरीदाबाद और गुड़गांव में DCP है, अंबाला में विवेक, अंबाला में DCP है, DCP. So they are the same level. They are the head of the police in that district, but this is a police commissionerate. So the Deputy Commissioner of Police and the Commissioner of Police are there. Okay. Whereas in this case there is no commissionerate. So commissionerate of police has certain powers, like the DM's powers. DM has certain powers of magistracy where SSP is there, but when DCP is there, some of the DM's powers are with the police. So एक चीज होती है ना 144 law students 144 133 ना मैं law का student नहीं हूँ 144 133 107 109 ये ऐसे sections हैं जिसमें कि the district magistrate or the sub divisional magistrate ये भी सुना हुआ है ना आपने?
Yes, sir.
SDM Solan, SDM Panchkula, SDM Kalka. They exercise some powers, but in the police commissionerate system like Panchkula, Faridabad, Gurgaon and all, Delhi also, DCP will exercise the powers, some of the powers of them. But the district administration and the police have to work in collaboration, cohesion. तो DCSP को इकट्ठे ही बोल देते हैं, DCSP को मीटिंग में बुलाओ, CM साहब बोलेंगे, बुलाओ, सोलन से बुलाओ उनको, सुखू जी आपके CM हैं हिमाचल के. So you're not all from Himachal, I know, but some of you are from Himachal, I know that. So that particular thing is what the administration is about at the district level. How many of you have been to a government office? Raise your hands. किसी भी काम के लिए आप गवर्नमेंट के ऑफिस में गए हो? ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस बनाने गए थे? ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस के लिए तो गए होगे ना, और किसी काम से भी जा सकते हैं. ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस इज वन ऑफ द रीजंस व्हाई यू ऑल नो हिंदी बाय द वे.
Yes.
So one of the reasons why we go to a district office, the first time you go when you are 16 or 18, you go for your driving license. टेस्ट तो होता है ना विवेक? हाँ, तो टेस्ट में मेरा नहीं हुआ था, नहीं हुआ था, I was long ago 18, but हुआ था. So the point is that you have to get your driving license made, then you go and meet the government. अब government में कौन होता है? So he is the officer or she is the officer who will sign your driving license, because he or she is also the registering and licensing authority of the motor vehicles, which is the Motor Vehicles Act, है ना? यही होता है ना?
Yes, sir.
Motor Vehicles Act. और एक आपको मैसेज आता है उसके बाद वाहन और सारथी में से, आई एम जस्ट गिविंग अ स्नैपशॉट ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन। वाहन सारथी दो सॉफ्टवेयर है गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के, जो आरसी और यू कैन मेक आउट आरसी इज रिलेटेड टू वाहन एंड सारथी कौन होता है? पर्सन होता है सारथी। सारथी पता है क्या होता है?
Companion.
जो चलाने वाला होता है। भगवत गीता में कौन है सारथी? कृष्ण जी was the सारथी, अर्जुन was the occupant of that chariot. Okay, VIP treatment अर्जुन को मिला ना, that the Lord was driving his chariot. ऐसे हमारे तो नहीं होते कभी कैब ड्राइवर कृष्ण जी जैसे, नहीं मिले ना हमें। But the point is कि वाहन सारथी basically are softwares which help RLA to register your vehicle. तो अगर आप गवर्नमेंट ऑफिस गए और आपने ड्राइविंग टेस्ट लिया और आई टेस्ट भी हुआ, मेडिकल टेस्ट हुआ, whatever happened, after that you will get a message today from NIC or somewhere that your driving license application has been received. Now you will receive it in so and so days. What about passport? How many of you have a passport? तो पासपोर्ट सबका होना चाहिए वैसे, धीरे धीरे अप्लाई कर दो। जिसका नहीं है, कोई पता नहीं कल को आपको स्कॉलरशिप आ जाए, टर्की जाना है, फिर कैसे जाओगे? मुझे पता है ऐसे आसमान से नहीं टपकेगी वो स्कॉलरशिप, बट मेक योर पासपोर्ट। देयर इज नो लॉ दैट सेज जूनियर स्टूडेंट कैन नॉट मेक अ पासपोर्ट। यू कैन मेक अ पासपोर्ट। अगेन द पासपोर्ट ऑफिस विल बी इन्वॉल्व एंड सम प्रोसीजर विल बी इन्वॉल्व, ऑनलाइन एप्लीकेशन एंड देन ऑफलाइन भी कुछ होगा। तो गवर्नमेंट टुडे वर्क्स इन टू डोमेन्स, ऑनलाइन एंड ऑफलाइन, है ना? आईटी और फिजिकल ऑफिसेज आर देयर। आईटी में काफी काम आपका हो जाता है ऑलरेडी। यू डोंट नीड टू मीट द गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसर। इफ यू आर अप्लाइंग ऑनलाइन एंड यू गेट योर सर्विस ऑनलाइन, देन यू डोंट नीड टू मीट। जस्ट लाइक जोमेटो, यू ओनली मीट द पर्सन जब वो पहुंच जाता है। शूलिनी में जोमेटो है? सोलन में?
Yes, sir.
सोलन में तो होगा। So now I have given you a snapshot of local government. ये local district type government है। District government है, district police है, RLA है, where you meet the government. Now supposing you are talking to us as you are citizens. We are also citizens. All of us are citizens of India. Now supposing you are sitting on the other side of the table. Supposing you are sitting on the other side of the table and you are the officer. Okay. Now you are the SDM, you are the DC, you are the CTM भी होता है, you are the GM of roadways. Roadways की बसें चलती है ना?
Yes, sir.
So there is a PCS officer. All these things, if you are there, then you can make the life of the common man or common lady easier. Because you're sitting in the chair, you have the power. आपने सर्विस डिलीवरी को इम्प्रूव अगर कर दिया तो कॉमन मैन की लाइफ आसान होगी। अदरवाइज वो बोलते हैं कि बड़ा मुश्किल होता है काम कराना गवर्नमेंट, है ना? योर पेरेंट्स हैव टोल्ड यू बहुत मुश्किल होता है, लाइन में लगना पड़ता है, धक्के खाने पड़ते हैं, एजेंट को पैसे खिलाने पड़ते हैं। वो एजेंट जो बैठा होता है बाहर, व्हेन आई वेंट टू गेट माय ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस मेड, माय फादर डिडंट टेल, माय फादर वाज द पुलिस, उन्होंने किसी को नहीं बोला जाओ अपने बना के लाओ। आई वेंट देयर, एजेंट बैठा होता बाहर, मैंने सोचा ये गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसर है, मैं तो 18 का था, मुझे क्या पता कौन है ये, पूरी बाहर बैठा वो एजेंट है। मैंने सोचा ये सरकारी आदमी है। वो कहते हैं 60 रुपीज, मैंने कहा 60 रुपीज, कहते नहीं हमारी फीस है। So that agent is a private person who is taking 60 rupees on top of the fees which you are giving to the government for preparing your driving license। लेकिन उस टाइम एक अच्छी बात ये थी, वो आपकी एप्लीकेशन टाइप करता था, वो आपके कुछ वो डायरेक्ट जो भी फॉर्म वगैरह भरवाता था, तो that was his service। But then if there is corruption inside the office, that is different from that, right? But nowadays, luckily because of Vahan Sathi and other IT enablement, corruption in these services has reduced. So if you are sitting in that office, you can actually ensure a smooth, transparent service delivery system. What is a restaurant doing? Restaurant क्या कर रहा है? खाना खिला रहा है, service दे रहा है. Of course, he is also giving you food, which is a product. What is the government doing? Government is not giving you products. Government is giving you service. So if you are the officer in the department, you can really improve the service delivery. पुलिस स्टेशन कौन कौन गया? पुलिस स्टेशन एकेडमिक रीजन से गए हो या कोई झगड़ा हुआ था? एकेडमिक रीजन से गए हो तो ठीक है. एक बार झगड़ा भी होता है, कोई गए भी होगे तो बताना मत. मतलब तो हम लोग पंचकुला में थे तो हम बहुत सारे लड़के लड़कियों को पकड़ लेते थे मोरनी हिल्स में, उनको पुलिस स्टेशन में ले जाते थे. हम लोग नहीं पकड़ते थे, पुलिस पकड़ लेती थी. उनको पकड़ लेते थे कि तुम क्यों घूम रहे हो यहाँ पे कार में, चलो पुलिस स्टेशन चलो. वो अलग चीज है, दैट्स अ डिफरेंट इशू. बट इफ यू गो टू द पुलिस स्टेशन शुड ऑल्सो बी अ एटलीस्ट कंजीनियल एटमोसफेयर होना चाहिए. ठीक है, वेलकमिंग एटमोसफेयर ना भी हो, जस्ट लाइक अ शोरूम इन एलांते, दैट इट कांट बी पुलिस स्टेशन. पुलिस स्टेशन में थोड़ा सख्त टाइप बंदा होगा, बट इट कैन बी एटलीस्ट एक्सेसिबल, फ्रेंडली इनफ. Even if they are firm people, they can make it better. So if you are sitting there, you can improve the police station if you are in the police. So in a nutshell, I would say all these services. What is IAS? Indian Administrative Service. Indian Police Service. आपने बताया? Indian Revenue Service. Indian Revenue Service में income tax भी होता है और customs भी होता है. Okay? These are two parts of it. Indian Foreign Service. इंडियन फॉरेस्ट सर्विस भी होती है. इंडियन ऑडिट एंड अकाउंट सर्विस. विवेक और बताओ.
और सर एक वो है ट्रैफिक वाली भी है और वो भी
IRDS
ऑडिट वाली डिफेंस ऑडिट
एंड अकाउंट, चलो वो भी है. बट मेन सर्विसेज यही ऑफ इंडिया. एंड PCS, HCS, HAS. व्हाट आर दीज? ये तो इंडियन एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सर्विस है. ये प्रोविंशियल सिविल सर्विस या पंजाब सिविल सर्विस. सो पंजाब सिविल सर्विस ऑफिसर्स एंड हरियाणा सिविल सर्विस ऑफिसर हिमाचल में होते हैं HAS, हिमाचल एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सर्विस. These officers are also similar to IAS officers, but at a slightly junior level. And one day they will get promoted to IAS. तो सिर्फ UPSC एग्जाम के थ्रू हम IAS में नहीं आते. UPSC एग्जाम जो है वो तो है ही, but we can also come into the state civil service through the state exam. And one day we get promoted to the IAS or to the IPS. If you are a DSP होते हैं पुलिस के, Deputy Superintendent of Police, and below DSP is Inspector of Police, and below that may be SI or ASI or Head Constable or. तो हमारी जो पुलिस सर्विस शुरू होती है वो यहाँ से शुरू होती है. उससे पहले जो सर्विस है वो लोअर सर्विस है, बट दैट इज ऑल्सो गुड सर्विस. सो somebody कैन बी कांस्टेबल एंड रिटायर एज इंस्पेक्टर. रिटायरमेंट तक प्रमोशन हो गया ना ये साहब. एंड somebody who joined as inspector may become DSP and then come into before he retires, right? So IAS IPS का दो तरीके हैं, that is UPSC exam or you come through the state police service or the state civil service. All right? इन सब के लिए पढ़ना पड़ता है. वो आप पहले पढ़ रहे हो, कुछ तो पढ़ रहे हो. In the student life, it is easy to be in the study mode. If you start working in a corporate company, you will not be able to go back to study. It's not easy. So once you have done MBA and you get a job, then you are in the mode of working for a salary. And then you're working 9 to 6 or 9 to 7 or whatever it is. Could be more. And then you don't have time to study. You have time to study when you're a student, even if you think you're very busy, कि आपके बहुत स्टडीज है, बहुत काम है कॉलेज का, यूनिवर्सिटी का, तब भी आपके पास टाइम है थोड़ा बहुत टू प्रिपेयर फॉर आइदर ऑफ दीज एग्जाम्स, आइदर यूपीएससी और द स्टेट सिविल सर्विस एग्जाम. ये अलग अलग एग्जाम है. Only one service of state is there in the UPSC exam, that is DANIX, है ना? दानिक्स एंड दानिप्स भी होता है.
हाँ जी सर, पुलिस वाला डायनेमिक्स
दानिक्स एंड दानिप्स. See, Vivek knows more than me. He knows more than me. Okay, मैं तो इसमें रहा हूँ, but he knows more than me. That's why I'm asking him all the questions. Okay. दानिक्स is the Delhi Andaman Nicobar Island Service Civils. पहले इसको ये बोलते थे. तो ये भी यूपीएससी एग्जाम्स के थ्रू आते हैं. दिल्ली सिविल सर्विस, यू कैन से द दिल्ली सिविल सर्विस.
रिसेंटली एक स्टूडेंट है मनप्रीत शर्मा, यहीं पे वो सर के भी हैं.
हाँ, मनप्रीत. He's been coming to Danips. Then Danips is the Delhi Police Service. Okay. Again, you can be promoted to IAS IPS from there. If you appear for the UPSC exam, then also you can come, of course, directly. अब सवाल ये कि हमें करना चाहिए या नहीं करना चाहिए. Should we prepare or should we not prepare? How many of you are already preparing? Just for my knowledge. कोई हर्ज नहीं बताने में. Don't be shy. Anybody who is already preparing? Okay. If you prepare for the civil services, you prepare for all careers. Because when you are preparing for the UPSC exam, you are touching a high level. When you are touching a high level, then banking, etc., 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 competitions become much easier for you. So you are trying for the top. UPSC is the toughest exam. Chat GPT से clear नहीं हुआ था. Chat GPT 55% marks आए Chat GPT के. UPSC exam पकड़ा दिया था उसको. It could not clear. But you are more intelligent than Chat GPT. You think you are not, but you are. We are more intelligent than AI. And human beings are clearing it. ऐसा तो नहीं कि somebody else is clearing it. So those top 800 people who are clearing the UPSC exam every year in India, 800, and maybe about, let's say another 5,000 are clearing the state civil service exam every year, or 10,000. They are like us. They are not different, no different. So if you prepare for the civil services, you will benefit by preparing for life, because if you prepare for 2 years, your knowledge will be enhanced. GK though will be superb. Your general awareness will be so good that you will be able to talk about anything from any place from Tahiti to Kota. Tahiti कहाँ पे? Out of syllabus है तो. Tahiti, ठीक है? एक holiday resort है. Tahiti. मैं नहीं गया वहाँ पे, but I know about it. हवाई कहाँ पे? हवाई? US के पास है, right? I think it may be a state also, state of the US. और ट्रम्प साहब क्या बोलते हैं कि कौन सी कंट्री को स्टेट बनाना है?
Canada.
वो बोलते हैं 51st स्टेट ऑफ यूएसए विल बी कनाडा. कनाडा नॉट हैप्पी. पॉलिटिशियंस और ऑफिसर्स में फर्क होता है. पॉलिटिशियंस थिंक दैट दे कैन बी किंग्स और क्वींस, बट एंड सम ऑफ देम आर किंग्स और क्वींस, लाइक किंग चार्ल्स इज अ किंग, राइट? बट ब्यूरोक्रेसी इज नॉट लाइक दैट. We are the civil servants or we are the officers. We have to be in a rule-bound system. I cannot say कि पंचकूला को मैं तोड़ दूंगा, ऐसे तो कर नहीं सकते ना. वो बोल सकते हैं. Trump can say it because अभी yesterday Rock Garden's wall has been demolished by the High Court order because they want more parking. तो ये चीजें मतलब बहुत मुश्किल होती है इंडिया में करनी और गलत होती है. So I'm trying to say that if you prepare for the UPSC exam and come into one of these services, well and good. Supposing आपका हो गया क्रैक, आप आ गए कंपटीशन में, great, because you have a career of how many years? Supposing you come at the age of 24, 25, you have a career of 35 years till the age of 60. And by then the retirement age may go up to 65 or even 70, we don't know. तब तक, अभी 68. Now, if you prepare and you get through, you have a career for life. If you don't get through, then you have intelligence and knowledge for other competitions easily, because you can then get to even judicial services के लिए law जो कर रहे हैं उसमें भी जीके चाहिए, और यूपीएससी की तैयारी से वो भी फायदा होता है. Only thing is don't appear for more than 2 to 3 times for UPSC. Some people appear 6 times. 6 years, that is too much according to me. Unless कि आप 3rd 4th attempt पे बहुत ही close थे, फिर तो नेक्स्ट टाइम आप दो. Otherwise you don't appear again. Because if you are 21, 22, 23, it's okay. If you are 29 age, then it becomes a little difficult to go anywhere else, right? 22, 23, 24 तक कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, you appear. Got it? So appear 2 to 3 times, prepare for your life ahead. If you become an officer, it's very prestigious. ठीक है, मैं IAS में था, HCS to IAS. I was in HCS first. Then I came into IAS. Now I'm advisor, motivational speaker, वो अलग चीज़ है. I also resigned from the service. Why did I resign? Because not that I was having any problems in the service, but I wanted to be a speaker. I travel across India. I spent a lot of time in the service, but I didn't retire. Even now I haven't retired. So I have taken voluntary retirement, but I would not have retired even now. So I still would have been in service. But the point is that you can, if you are in service, you change the way that people think about the government. अब women police बहुत आ गई ना पहले से. On the road you see women constables.
Yes.
The face of the police has improved. It means it has become a gentler, friendly kind of face. Face means not the face, but it means the appearance that you give to the society. So I think it's very important for the government to become more friendly to the citizens. ठीक है? अभी तक कोई question है तो बताओ. विवेक सर से पूछ लेना बाद में. सारे question इनको आते हैं आंसर करने. मुझे तो कुछ नहीं आता ज़्यादा. खाने में सुनाता. But I know a little bit of experience. So I'll share a story with you, okay? From my service. So I was SDM of Kalka. And Kalka is in Haryana or Himachal? What about is it in Haryana or Himachal? It's in Haryana. Kalka is in Haryana. It's the last town of Haryana before Himachal. Parvanu is in Himachal. Kalka is in Haryana. तो दो स्टोरी सुना देता हूँ बिकॉज ये भी पॉइंट आ गया. एक बार एक वीआईपी आ रहे थे ट्रेन में. आई थिंक ही वाज शिवराज पाटिल और मार्गरेट अल्वा, टू लोकसभा स्पीकर्स. आई वाज एसडीएम कालका. आई वाज अबाउट 25 years old. 25. I was SDM Kalka and the train arrived at 12:30 a.m. रात को. And we were to be there to receive the speaker. From Delhi the train was coming. He would get off the car and go by car. He would get off the train and go by car to Shimla or Solan or wherever he was going. So the Himachal officers were also at the station in Kalka, which is in Haryana, to receive the speaker, and I was also there being SDM Kalka. And from Kalka they were to go by road. So we received, all of us were there, we received the speaker, and the DC SP of Solan were there, and I was a junior person because my DC Ambala was not there. Ambala में था Kalka उस time, अभी पंचकुला में district. I was there and I received them. I said, sir, welcome to Kalka. And the DC of Solan was there and he said, welcome to Himachal Pradesh. वही आप तो मैंने उनको बोला, मैं उनके सामने तो नहीं बोला, मेरे स्पीकर के सामने. मैं कहा सर देखो ये कालका, ये हिमाचल प्रदेश नहीं है, अब वहाँ जाके वेलकम बोलना टू हिमाचल प्रदेश. दिस इज हरियाणा. Anyway, we were joking, we were good friends. So the point is that sometimes we have to be correct because knowledge has to be there. Second story is more interesting. I was SDM Kalka again and some people had blocked the road. अभी आप by road आए हो ना? By helicopter तो नहीं आए. तो पिंजौर, and by the way they are starting helicopter service in Bangalore. They will go from one end of Bangalore to the airport by helicopter now. So that will help you. From Bangalore? अच्छा, how did I guess? तो वो क्योंकि इन्होंने आपको देखा इसलिए. So helicopter service will save at least 2 hours, at times 1.5 hours. Now the thing is that Pinjore में traffic jam, roadblock हो. People stopped the traffic because there was some dispute, local. And the line of cars from Chandigarh side and the Kalka side to Pinjore was stretching long line. And people stopped the route, stopped the traffic. Because they were like, हम नहीं जाने देंगे types, you know. फलाने को arrest करो. Arrest this person because there was some firing. And if you don't arrest this person, we will not open the jam. And this was about 10:30 at night or 11 at night. I was there. Luckily, I had been there for 2 years already. So most of them knew me that this is the SDM. And the police officer, DSP Saab, was a bit new, so they didn't know him. Their confidence was not there. So I went there, I said, listen, we'll arrest him, you open the jam. They said, नहीं sir. पहले आप arrest करो, फिर हम jam करो. You know how it is, public. So we could not afford to delay that because so many cars are there, and supposing you are coming from Solan, you can't reach Panchkula because you're stuck. So we had to somehow, एक word होता है शशि थरूर वाला, cajole, CAJOLE, कन्विंस देम समहाउ, मनाना। तो हमने उनको कजोल किया कि यार हम अरेस्ट करेंगे, तुम खोलो तो सही। दे सेड सर ऐसा है, आप कह रहे हैं तो वी विल agree with you, but we will come with you to arrest that person. So 5-6 of them followed us. I said, you open this, we will arrest him. So they opened it on my guarantee, and then we went to this person's house to arrest him. And he was about 5 kilometers away, so time to लगना ना 10 kilometers जो भी था. Tense situation. Now we have to arrest him because they have opened the door, opened the road on my assurance. And I am not the police officer, I am the SDM, which is to support the police. So the DSP was there and I was there, and we used to have gypsies. वो gypsy नहीं जो डांस करते हैं, मारुति gypsy. So that Maruti gypsy used to be there. अभी तो नहीं है मारुति gypsy ना,
कुछ जगह पे है।
So my gypsy was in front, and when two officers travel together, they don't go in separate cars. ये नहीं कि वो डीएसपी पीछे की जिप्सी में आ रहे, मैं आगे की जिप्सी में जा रहा हूँ, ऐसे नहीं होता। इधर देखो, इधर देखो, ऐसे नहीं होता कि वो उसमें आ रहे हैं और वो उसमें आ रहे हैं, ऐसे नहीं होता। So I had to drive one of the gypsies so that the DSP and I can sit together in one gypsy. One of the officers will drive. I was younger than him, so I was driving. अब हम ड्राइव कर रहे हैं, उनको अरेस्ट करने जा रहे हैं, रात के 11 बजे का टाइम है, वेरी डार्क एंड वेरी टेंस. We had security men behind with guns, rifles. पिछली जिप्सी में भी वर्दी में, यूनिफॉर्म में भी. Tense situation we are going. Suddenly while driving I see a switch on the dashboard which is unfamiliar. गाड़ी होती है उसमें कोई suddenly यहाँ पे आपको कोई switch नजर आ जाए अलग सा. वो भी switch ऐसा था जैसा ये इलेक्ट्रिक switch है ना, not the normal गाड़ी type switch जो कार में होता है. So I wondered कि क्या चीज़, I'm driving at 60 kilometers an hour or whatever it was. I wondered what is this, and we are all tense. So without thinking I switched it on while driving. And जोर से गाना बनने लग गया, जो ड्राइवर सुन रहा होगा सुबह या शाम को, तू चीज बड़ी है मस्त, रवीना टंडन सॉन्ग. And I was like, and loudly, very loud. And I was momentarily shocked. So I didn't know what that switch will do. I thought कोई light on होगी, कोई पानी आएगा, क्या होगा? I didn't know. And now suddenly the music is blaring and everybody laughed spontaneously. Tension खत्म. And we went and arrested the person. गाना पहले बंद किया, जाके उसको arrest किया. So life in the civil services can also be very interesting. It's not going to be dull. So try for the civil service, not because of this story, but generally. You should try and build your character, confidence, communication, skills, decision-making ability, systematic hard work, strategy, dynamism. And then you become an officer like me or like many officers out there, okay? And especially for the ladies, there are many lady officers doing very well. In Panchkula, the deputy commissioner is a lady. The IPS officer, Himadri, is a police officer, lady. So both of them are heading this district. Even in Solan, one of the two DCSP may be a lady, I don't know. So all the very best to boys and girls both. And Vivek Rana sir is the best mentor for getting. कैसे पढ़ना है, क्या करना है, मुझे नहीं आता, तो सब बताएंगे, ठीक है? So if some of them want to pursue the plan and want to get into the UPSC or the state civil services preparation mode, we can have a couple of lectures in Shoolini also. And then we can start some classes online, offline, because many classes can be online also. And we can have some classes at Shoolini and some classes here. Because here we can, then I can also be here. And we can also have other people coming in. And we have more pool over here of faculty. But once in a while we can have people in Solan also. So you decide whether you want to prepare for the civil services. और ये कब होगा? तब नहीं होगा जब आप रेस्ट कर रहे हो. ये तभी होगा जब हम बिजी हैं. While you're a student, at that very time you have to prepare for the civil services. Okay, thank you. Any questions? कोई नहीं समझ आया या any question?